G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Geelong and Essendon, which was at the MCG Saturday afternoon, and as we can see, a very comprehensive performance by Geelong, getting the job done very nicely by 95 points. Very, very impressed with, yes, the professionalism, the four-quarter effort, the unrelenting nature of how we approached the game. So it was, absolute masterclass across the four quarters. The boys played super well, super stoked with how the game panned out. When you win by 95 points, generally speaking, you've got control over the course of the match. Bombers kicked a few in that third term, as we can see. Where they got a few goals sorted out for them to tick the scoreboard over. But, first got to acknowledge, Essendon's injury list is pretty long, so that definitely doesn't help. They've definitely had a competitive couple of weeks leading up to the game. They took Brisbane down the wire, and trying to think of the other game, I think it was against Carlton. Yeah, they took Carlton down the wire, so been very, very competitive the last couple of weeks, irrespective of injuries. But, a couple of debutants as well, and, clearly it was always going to be an astronomical ask for the Bombers to be super competitive, and I think there's some green shoots at the Bombers. I'm not doing a Bombers review here, but at times the way they moved the ball, spread it from the contest, and their cleanliness with hands at times was actually really good to see, and they were able to catch Geelong out a few times. So wouldn't say it's all doom and gloom, and Geelong playing some good footy at the moment, looking just purring along, so to speak. But it's all off to how you start, and definitely as that first term transpired, the pressure was right up there. The execution was largely pretty good. 6 goals, 3 is a great start to the match when you've already got that on the scoreboard by quarter time. Ball movement from halfback was superb. The pressure was immense, as we said. The rebound off halfback was sight to behold. Bailey Smith, Max Holmes going to work. We'll talk about those guys a little bit later on, the Dash brothers. And that relatively continued on that second term, where it was probably our most lean term. We didn't concede much, but also didn't bash the scoreboard over the head either. After half time, that was when the gears really went into fourth and fifth gear. 7 goals in the third term, also matched with 7 goals in the final term when it just turned into party time after that. So, it was such an even contribution from the side. When you win by 95, there's going to be a lot of players that play really well, and most players have defeated their opponent, it has to be said, outside of, some outstanding individual brilliance. But just the execution was on song. Transition was smooth. Front half pressure was what I was really excited about, and what I was stoked about. There was times where we didn't have a stack of supply inside 50, which sounds silly because we got 63 inside 50s, but for the times where we weren't getting a lot of inside 50s around the time I'm referring to, we did make bang for buck when we did get it inside 50, and it looked very dangerous when it did go inside 50. Largely converted 36 shots, 36 scoring shots with 23 goals at the end of all that. But, I'm very pleased with the front half pressure. The forward line tackling was very, very promising. And just those intercepts between, anywhere from early inside 50 to, 75 metres out was, unbelievable and super pleased to see. Unfortunately, and I don't know if this is just how Geelong set up or if teams are just getting tired, but I recall the Suns just bombing it straight back to us in Geelong last week when Geelong were able to kind of assert themselves in that final term and really click into gear. The Bombers kicked it back to us a fair bit, and we rebounded off the back of that. So, scores from turnover were right up there. Even though the Bombers did give us the ball back a bit. But having said that, a lot of that is off the back of our pressure that we sort of delivered throughout the game, which was great to see. So we love the way the Cats went about it across the four quarters. Yeah, some great individual contributions as well off the back of great teamwork and team play. So yeah, it's just delightful to see. Everything is humming along well. Only real issue out of the game was Sam De Koning with his, I think it was a wrist or something to that effect. Went down the rooms, came back on, but we'll see how that all plays out and if that comes out in the wash. Hopefully Cole Jasney's not too far away. He seems to have been injured a fair bit for this season. We might need some additional reinforcements as well for down back. So that was a summary of the game, and we'll have a bit of a look at the team stats now, and then we'll have a bit of a look at the players, some votes, and some player summaries if you like. And then what we'll do is we'll tackle next week, which is going to be a big one, so stay tuned for that one. All right, so Bombers had a bit more of the ball. They are quite a high possession team. They love getting their hands on the footy. Inside 50s, and this was wonderful to see. Like, to concede only 38 was remarkable, really, whilst also getting 63 inside 50s. So between the arcs, post-contest, just, very, very strong. Disposal efficiency, we obviously caused a bit of chaos with our pressure, and subsequently we were slightly better with the ball in hand. Efficiency inside 50 at nearly 60%. It's well above our average there, which is normally about 52. Bombers were relatively potent when they did go inside 50. Unfortunately for their sake, they had minimal entries. Relatively even relatively free, even in the free kicks. I'll get my words mixed up there. Clearance game was pretty even Stevens as well. Out of the centre bounce, though, that was where the Cats cashed in and put all their tickets into, and doesn't that pay off? It's the best outside of the front half tournament. It's the next best place to score from. Contested ball was interesting. Bombers had a bit more of that. Potentially that is due to the pressure that they were under. So when they did get the ball, they were always under pressure. And on the outside, they had a touch more of the ball than we did. But I guess there's possessions and there's possessions. You can have 10 possessions, but if they're all under pressure, handballing nowhere, then it's a little bit different. So, possessions aren't everything. Clear possessions are gold. Unpressured possessions. There needs to be a breakdown of possession types, I reckon. It'd be good to see that. If AFL can just sort that out. Intangible things to figure out, but that's all right. Bombers had 14 more turnovers than we did, so there was a bit more going on there. Again, great pressure from the Cats. 141 marks, unbelievable. We average about 100 every week, and Bombers almost had 100 themselves. So, there was good control from both sides at times. 21 marks inside 57. That's just a crazy number. We normally get, between 14 and 15 on a good day. Contested marks, +3 for the Cats in the aerial battle, and led for all but 4 minutes of the game. So, time in front's been a pretty good start. I mean, it helps when you're 10-4, so promising scenes there. Out tackle the Bombers, pretty even Stevens there. Tackles inside 50, 13-4. So, again, that pressure in the front half to keep the ball locked in there. Super valuable to, just keep it in the scoreboard and keep the scoreboard ticking over as well. A few bounces as well. 1%ers, lots of spoils, lots of great defensive efforts from the Cats as well as the Bombers. Votes. When you win by 95 points, I've said that a few times, but when you win by that much, everyone plays really well, and you go, well, there's about 10 players to fit in the 3 votes. So let's start off with Max Holmes. 3 votes, 1 goal, 36 disposals, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 8 clearances, 870 metres gained, and a goal assist. Gosh, it was frightening. Frighteningly good. He was outstanding. bloke that just runs all day, and every time he gets the ball, he's running 100 miles an hour, and you just go, how has he got the juice for this? And he just continues on his merry way, and what has been an outstanding season for Max Holmes. 2 votes to Jeremy Cameron, 6 goals, 14 disposals, 6 marks, and also set one up as well. So 7 goals directly off his boots and hands. He had a pretty lean week in the wet conditions the week before against the Suns, but it was not going to be denied 2 weeks in a row, and just an outstanding effort. We know the Bombers don't have too many defensive stocks at the moment. Probably played on their best named key defender they did have for the game, which was Laverde, but doesn't, just because you're playing on lesser likes or not the number one key backman, does not necessarily mean that you're going to have a big day out. And with the field position that we did get, it was really good. And just cashed in. 6 goals, 1, not mucking around. And the 1 vote to Bailey Smith. What a game he played. 41 disposals. He had the 7 marks as well. A couple of tackles, 6 clearances, 765 metres gained, 2 goal assists. What more can you say? Definitely didn't use the ball perfectly, but again, when you get that much field position, when you get 3/4 of a kilometre, and you set up a couple of goals yourself, then you've had a good game. And he was just racking it up all day. Used the ball inside 50 really well. I thought he lowered the eyes and had a couple of really good piercing kicks, and off the back of that, a couple of goal assists as well. Really sorry, Grind, I couldn't get you in the votes this week, but lovely game from Grind. He kicked a goal, had a 25, 6 marks, 5 tackles, 400 metres gained, a couple of goal assists as well. Just, he's a silent assassin. He finds a way to cut you up, and he's just deadly by foot, and he tears your heart out. So great work from Grind yet again. Tommy Stewart's back to his best. If he wasn't starting to get the engine running last week, it's absolutely humming this week. 23 disposals, 16 marks, was unbelievable down back for us. Just a brick wall. And when you've got Stewart, Henry, and Connor O'Sullivan, I was about to call him O'Connor, but O'Connor's been really good as well. When you got these guys in Koning playing really well down back, it's a formidable, I guess, look at it. So Stewart, very good again. Now over to O'Connor. He had the 22 disposals, 12 marks, unbelievable. 3 tackles for him, and also set up a goal. Having his best season quietly, and he just used the ball really well. He's very safe in the air. He's a really good contested mark as well. Doesn't shy away from the contest there, and he's just got that turn of speed. So he's just playing some really good footy. We love it. It's good to see. Lawes kicked a goal, had the 19 disposals. He took 8 marks on his account, a couple of tackles, 400 metres gained, set up a goal as well. So again, just a guy that goes about his business every week, tidies it all up down in the back line, and also breaks the lines. Absolutely stoked with what he's been able to do for us. It's so early in his career. Very pleased with Shannon Neal's game. He kicked 4 on the day, 9 marks as well, a couple of tackles next to his name. Good pressure in the front half, good presence, really good in the air. As we can see, 9 marks is really good to see, and also converted his work. Just a really deliberate routine in front of the big sticks, and he made every post a winner, so he was really good for us. The Axe had 18 disposals next to his name, a couple of marks, 9 tackles, 7 clearances. The tackle machine almost got the tentacles. He, absolute heart and soul player in and around the contest. And we know, the great work he does each and every week. Just, he's a heart and soul man, and he just gets it done every week, irrespective of the conditions, what's going on. He's a man on a mission, Tommy Atkins. Sean Manners' game was pretty solid, very solid indeed, with the 3 goals, 14 disposals, 3 marks, 5 tackles, also notched up a clearance. Played a bit more forward, but again, he made the most of his opportunities. 3 out of 4 shots going through, and just a nice all-round game from him. He's becoming a fine player. Gets pinged a little bit. That's the only real writer, but we've all got our warts, so that's completely fine. But what he does do for the club, pressure-wise and in front of the sticks, is terrific. Zach Guthrie's game I really liked as well. He had the 20 touches, 8 marks, a couple of tackles. Also notched up a few clearances for what he did on the game. And yeah, just, again, really reliable, sound defender for us in the back line there. Just, yeah, making sure nothing gets through the keeper. Does his job very, very well each week. Reece had a crack. He kicked a goal, almost had a second as well. 11 touches, 4 marks, 27 hitouts for him, and the 3 clearances. Look, he competed hard and wasn't his best game of all time, but yeah, he just soldiers on, as he does. Liking what Jack Martin's doing. Second game in, the 15 disposals, 10 marks. He was used in transition a fair bit, and also had a clearance, goal assist. I just love his ball use. It's just, I haven't seen him miss a kick. The only mistake I've seen him make was the ball hit the back of his foot and it tipped over out on the full. So that's even really unlucky. But really enjoying what we're seeing with Jack Martin. He's getting, sort of a little bit over half a game and making sure that, we're just easing him into the season, and it's really good to see. Ollie Dempsey, another couple of goals. He loves kicking 2 snags, 17 touches for him. 6 marks, also set up a goal, 300 metres gained. Talk about a workhorse, and he gets a lot of game time. He loves that 92% game time every week. He's plucky up forward. We love what he brings. Tyson Stengel doing very nice things as the season's growing. So is he. He kicked 1 goal, 2, had the 17 possessions, 4 marks, a couple of tackles as well, couple of clearances, and set up 3 goals. So his game was just all about setting up everyone else and making sure that they cashed in, and he did a little bit himself. He missed a couple that he'd like, but the one he did kick was a pretty unbelievable snap from 45 out on the boundary. So love what Tice brings for the Cats each week. Blitz had 17 possessions, 5 marks, got a bit of ruck work there as well. Blitz is not really one where you look at the stats and you go, oh wow, but he gives you 110% every week, and it's all those punches out of bounds that he does, all those little knock-ons, and just the stuff that doesn't get on the stat sheet that is still super valuable. Those 1%ers, Blitz is the 1%er man all the time, and it's a wonderful sight. Sully was good again, 13 disposals for him, 10 marks. There's so many players that took 10 marks. He was winning it back. They were chipping it to him sideways. He was getting it each which way. He was running 100 metres without a bounce. Sully is developing into a fine player. Brad Close kicked a goal at the 12 disposals. Also had the 4 marks, 3 tackles, couple of clearances. Also set up a couple of goals. Just the guy that does all the hard work in the forward line. He had some really good moments where he tackled, ping holding the ball against the Bombers, and he's just an absolute workhorse, blue collar, kind of like Tommy Atkins. Not the same anger and as many tackles as Atkins, but he has that approach in his game in the forward line for the Cats. P. Dangerfield, 2 goals, 11 touches, 3 marks, 2 tackles, 5 goal assists. That is crazy. I did not even recognise that he set up so many goals off his own boot. But very similar to the grand final where I think he had 5 or 6 goal assists. But Paddy, quite early, but I did not know he set up 5 goals himself. So I wouldn't have called this a big game from him had I known that he set up 5 goals himself. But it's nice to know you can win in the manner that the Cats did, and Paddy doesn't have to have 30 and kick 5 for that to be the case. So he's just playing a role, and he's doing it quite nicely after sort of a lean week last week, and Cameron's also in that same boat. Conditions definitely didn't help. Over to O'Shane Mullen, he had the 13 touches, a couple of marks, a few tackles next to his name. Also set up a goal. He was on Zach Merritt at times, kept him, held him relatively well, I think. And I'm trying to think of the other player. Nicky Martin, I reckon he would have been on him at times, or at least Martin went out of the game. So I would like to think that we did put time into Nick Martin as well. But O'Shane did well. Merritt's just so good, though. I think he set up 3 or 4 of their 8 goals off his own boot. I'm actually going to check that in a minute because I'm always curious on the day and I haven't checked it. SDK went off with that injury, had the 7 disposals, 7 kicks, 6 marks. Is always interesting by foot, so hopefully players run past the handball a bit more. But yeah, in terms of what he did do when he did win the ball, that was pretty positive. Ball use is not perfect, but hey, nobody's perfect. Over to Jack Henry. He had the 8 disposals, 4 marks for him. Also had a tackle. Just very rarely gets beaten in a one-on-one. He is rock solid down back for the Cats. Mitch Duncan jumped on as a sub. He had the 6 disposals, couple of marks for him. Also had a tackle. Just chimed in a few contests and did what he did with the limited game time off the back of the sub. All right, how many goals Zach Merrick? I'm going to go, goal assist, I'm going to go 4. And there you go. I hadn't checked that beforehand, by the way. That was, when I looked, I knew there was definitely 3 that I just saw Zach Merritt set up. So, yeah, he set up half their goals. So, he's a tough man to stop. All right. In terms of, I'll have to have a look at the ladder because it's looking very good at the moment. Hopefully that hasn't changed on me. But where are we? I think we're top 2. Cats sitting a second on top of the table. Highest they've been so far this year. Unless the Fremantle game was... No, because of opening round. So, yeah, we still haven't got a proper read. Some teams have played 12 games. Some have played, 13. We're not going to have a great read of it until probably the end of the year, really, which is quite disappointing. But what we can say is Geelong have won the last 5 games they have played. Percentage second best in the comp. Third best in the comp, Collingwood. Collingwood with the game to play, or they've got a bye or something like that. But yeah, looking very healthy on the ladder, so that's good to see. Brisbane went down a couple of pegs with the Giants, upsetting them there at the Gabba. That's what the Giants do. They can play ordinary footy for weeks on end and then beat Geelong in Geelong and Brisbane in Brisbane. They're the only team that can probably do that. All right, so let's have a look at the Cats and the Lions, which is going to be a massive clash Friday night. It's coming up pretty soon. Can't wait for this game, and yeah, I mean, some I guess the last couple of clashes have played a fair bit when you play in the home and away and finals, and you lose in a prelim final. Not too much fun there. Cats had their chances, didn't make them pay. And in terms of the game at the Gabba early in the year, wet conditions early on in the piece. Cats led by 32. Lions, switched it up a couple of notches, and Geelong weren't able to cope with the pressure in the clearance game they had on their terms. Game before that, Lions couldn't kick anything, and Geelong won by 26 up at the Gabba. But haven't played at the Cattery for a while. I reckon 2023 or 2022 or even 2021. I'm not even sure the last time the Lions played in Geelong. It's been a while. Feels like it's been a while. I'm going to have to pull up Footy Wire or something like that. But with the current form the Cats are in, it's hard to go past them, and down Geelong, very tough. I mean, if any team outside of the Giants can do it, it'll be Brisbane. So that would give them confidence. Brisbane lost 3 in a row, and they've been a bit clunky of late. I've no doubt that they'll have another bit to give in the second half of the season. I'm sure they'll come good. It's still another 10 weeks, I think, until the end of the home and away season. So, whilst we know the Lions' best is pretty tough to beat. When they're inaccurate, it tends to be when they're on the wrong side of the result. So if they take their chances, they're obviously, they'll be right in it. But if the Cats win it around the source, or even 50-50, I think, we can back our defence in to get the job done. And hopefully, it's conditions that the Lions aren't going to love. It's cold and probably rainy and crazy. So, I think the conditions suit the Cats. Hopefully, we have seen from when the conditions weren't too crash hot. Geelong, the chaos game worked. Brisbane, uncontested mark game goes away a little bit, which they rely on quite heavily. And we know that this game was lots of rain, and Geelong were able to thrive in that. So I think the conditions, the home ground, the current form, I have to go Geelong. But no game's guaranteed. So that's my read. Very mini preview there of the the Lions and Cats game. So we'll go back to the main show, which was Geelong winning by 95 points at the MCG over the Bombers. Comprehensive win. Clinic from the Cats. Very exciting to see. So, yeah, 5 in a row, looking good. And hopefully we can bank a few more wins and manage the list as need be. No crazy injuries. Keep the health all in good order. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Give it a like if you did, and subscribe away so you can see how the Cats go each and every week, and at least my view of it, my thoughts and analysis and opinions about it, where it all stands. But yeah, I appreciate you joining in. Thanks for watching on, guys, or listening in. I'll catch you on the next video.